It's 18:45 or 6:45 p.m. Army time, September 1st, 2017, on a Friday. If you ever hear me on my podcast said that I had to redo this podcast, there's always a reason. I was getting to explaining time to you guys because I just put back on one of my G-Shocks that I had in war since last year. I had to change the battery out, and I think I kind of like broke the little battery compartment part with one of the little rubber parts and try to open it up or whatever. But it's a DWCR 6900. That series for the watch. The 6900 series for the G-Shocks is pretty efficient. I actually want to get myself one of the little frogman ones. That looks like the tip, the watch tip look like a little shark fin. Those go hard. Mud frogs or frog muds, or I think they call them mud frogs, something like that. Call them mud frogs or frogmans. They call them something, but and they're more pricier ones, but they got much more capabilities, whatever. But the one I have is like the one I got back in 2012 or 2013. It's like a crocodile limited edition one. They don't sell them anymore because I was gonna literally buy another black one, and everything. And I knew I should have done it a long time ago. I had the money to do it, whatever. I got myself a G-Shock because I, so work at LAX. So that's how I know the Army times and stuff now, and I'm very more proficient in knowing Army time than I used to do back in the day. But if you guys hear the fan blowing and you guys hear the washing machine in the background, it's because, one, I'm working on the website. I forgot to update some of the pictures, whatever, for the weekly posts that I've been doing. Because it's been hot out here in California and things of that nature the past couple of days. And that's from the hurricane weather that's traveling from Texas and then from the Bahamas. And we kind of get part of that little heat wave back over here in Cali because it was cool last week, and then all of a sudden it started to feel like summertime in September again, But to those who've been devastated by floods in different areas around the world, from Texas to, if I'm not mistaken, India and things of that nature, we're praying for you guys at the same time to help you guys out the best way that we can. I'm saying that too because I have friends and people that I know out in Texas. I got family members out of Texas, got a friend out of Houston and things of that nature. So just praying for my peeps and trying to help out the best way that I can and things of that nature. And I got some friends out of India and things. I think it is India that got hit. India or one of the places over there that got hit with the monsoon weather that has just devastated some of the poorer parts of the country and whatnot. So praying for those individuals as well too. We're not just like, oh yeah, we're just saying, nah, it's a serious matter and things. When something like that does happen. So always count your blessings, y'all, because you never know what may, happen to things of that nature. But we'll say this though, this is week 65, sessions 311 311 to 315. Ain't that funny? Week 65, 645, 315. You see the fives, recognize. So it's gonna be cool. I'm not going to have no music in the background. And the reason I'm not going to have no music in the background this time is because the Spreaker app that I use to do the little music part and whatever. Let's just say that the music that I had last time when I was on the show is not on there anymore. So wherever that crap happens, I'll just be like, the heck with it. Let me not, just put no music in the background. I don't feel like doing the searching and try to wait a couple seconds for it to upload. I'm like, nah, I don't got time. Don't have the time for that crap. So, I'm not about to waste my time on it. So we're just going to keep it the way it is. And just, keep it with the authentic sounds of South Central Los Angeles. When it's hot out here, And I hope I have saved. Yes, I did. I hope I have saved the other posts I was doing this week. I'm about to be hot Oh, it's about to be hot, y'all. I'm hold the F up. I better have the rest of them posts or whatever. But I keep forgetting because the way that I set them up, especially when I be taking pictures on my iPhone, is a little bit different. So, yeah. Okay, so last time I stopped was on the Tuesday. Okay, cool. So I just got to put it in Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday for today. Then we'll be straight. But other than that, though, ladies and gents, as I was explaining in the other part of my podcast, I was talking about, well, the one I was about to put up for you guys, whatever. You guys remember that I had got out one of my OG shocks, whatever. I had worn in a while. And the reason why I did that is because my Apple Watch is charging. But at the same time, when I did an introduction for this podcast, I was like, you guys hear the fan going. I'm working on the website. Got the GQ magazine. And, the very first page turned GQ, whatever, be like Rolex. For the advertisement, Rolex or Humboldt or some other type of major watch brand that be popping up. So from there, I was talking about, I do want myself a Rolex in the future. And the only reason why I would want myself a Rolex is to, not be flossed like, oh yeah, give me some Rolex. Like, nah, nothing like that. It's because I want to have that as a timepiece for my kids, so when they get older, they can truly understand that time is very precious. And at the same time, that, hey, yeah, the Rolex is expensive. You understand that the Rolex is expensive or whatever, and stuff like that. But at the same time, you have to understand that it's also not a very cheap piece of hardware. Rolexes are expensive. But the crazy thing is, the longer you keep it, just like with my old school paintings that came for like the 1902s and things of that nature, stuff like that. The longer you keep the value for, the longer you keep something of that worth, the value that you see of it in the future. So I was talking about that. Then I said I have one of the G-Shocks, like I mentioned earlier, the DWCR 6900, which CR I think stands for the Crocodile Edition. If you guys want to take a look online, look at G-Shock or if I'm not mistaken, I got a video on Google about the watches. They had a white and gold one, a crocodile green that was actually, I didn't like the color scheme on it, but I wouldn't mind had it for the collection. Wouldn't mind had it for the collection. They had that, and then they had the white one, and I have the black and the gold one, which is pretty nice. And lately, the things for my items I have lately, that I have like my little D brand dragon skin, which is black, and I got the little gold phone ring to go on the back of it with a couple of my cases, black iPhone 7 cases with the little gold phone holder key ring in the back. So I've been on my black and gold lately. Black's one of my favorite colors. Gold, not so much. But other than that, they blend well with each other. That is for certain. But yeah, I was talking about, the watch and time, and how I'll be using my Apple Watch more than I do my G-Shock. And I'm going to be wearing my G-Shock tomorrow because it's been a cool minute since I have worn it and whatever. And things of that nature. I think one of the G-Shocks I gave to one of my homeboys, who he let his little sister use, whatever, which is cool with me, because that was given to somebody else, whatever. And the other one of my other G-Shocks, I let my pops use, and I let my little sister use. So the one that I have on my wrist is one I kept up because, I changed the battery out from it last year. I kind of messed with the little battery clicker where you open it up, and it kind of broke a little bit. So, but the battery that I had got for the watch lasts a pretty good while. Because my other two G-Shocks I have, one, if you guys like into sports, but like sports, meaning like snowboarding, skateboarding, street biking, or whatever, stuff like that, what I mean by street biking, I mean, like you do like the little bunny hops on the bike, do the little bike tricks, not motorcycle BMX, but kind of similar to it, but you using the actual bike. Like, I like that type of stuff, especially when it comes to the skateboarding and whatever. So, this is cat by the name of Nigel Sylvester. Really dope cat when it comes to the BMX type scene and things of that nature. And so, yeah, that's right. BMX is proper. That's right. BMX is proper for those that ride regular bicycles. I'm thinking about the motorsport, the motorcycles ones. My apologies. But yeah, other than that though, he had teamed up with G-Shock, I think back in 2013. Actually, he did it before, but he did it twice. He did a blackout watch and call it Concrete. And I have that one, and that watch actually goes hard. Like I said, I love the color black. So that right there went hard while I was working it, when I had it, still working over at LAX, which is how I know Army Time very proficient more now, which is cool. So yeah, from there, and then G-Shock came out with a bigger version of the DW6900 and whatever. If you guys ever seen G-Shock and type in DW6900, you see it's kind of very simplistic, minimalistic, but it's still a dope timepiece. And I had the bigger version of that in like see-through smoke gray, but it kind of looks like a very light purple or a lysate, which I actually was called licit, for that very light purple, whatever, but almost like a see-through type purple or something like that. So it's pretty dope. But yeah, I'm wearing the crocodile one right now, which is all cool. But the reason why I had mentioned the G-Shocks is I know some folks, frown at folks that have G-Shocks, but I'm like, nah, they more better than bringing a Rolex to work. This is what I said before. My puppy start barking, and then I had to redo the whole podcast. I'm like, you cannot bring a Rolex to work and think that you're going to get work done when that happens. I'm like, nah, you're going to break the face of the screen, and you're really going to be messed up. And that probably costs more, too, depending on what type of material the glass is and things of that nature. So, yeah, G-Shocks for the win, because you can run over these little bastards, and they still don't, mess up. What I do want to get is one of the Frogman series, or the Mud Frogs, whatever they call them. It's the one that has like a weird looking face, but the tip of the watch strap looks like a shark fin, and it goes hard, y'all. It goes hard, and I actually would love to have one of those. They kind of pricey. I mean, not too pricey than a Rolex, but they had a very nice price, almost like a game system type price. But they worth it though. They worth it, especially for how long the battery lasts and things of that nature. So sometimes, in life you do gotta make investments. And certain investments, that you make sure you keep. Like I remember my dad had a G-Shock. He had a nice, he had a cool yellow one. And some of y'all might say, well, yellow's a gross color, but you have to remember, certain type of yellow guys could rock. Not, from a feminine type of point of view, but guys could rock yellow too. Just so you guys know that. But at the same time, I remember that he did have one, and I remember I was trying to use it, but I don't know what happened to it though. I think the battery died a long time ago, and I had seen the watch and since late mid-90s. So it's been a cool minute and whatever. But it's all cool though. I'm not tripping. I'm not tripping about it or whatever. I got my own collection, which is a blessing, and I still have them. Even though I do got the Apple Watch, but there be times where Apple Watch, plus a smartwatch, can't really last a full day like a regular watch. Let's put it that way. Alright, so the website is updated with the pictures and things of that nature. I wanted to do that because, like I said before, I forgot to post up the past 3 days of the other posts. It's been hot out of here. Like I mentioned earlier, but I didn't mention earlier, this part I must have mentioned in other podcasts, how, the weather out in other places around the world and things of nature, like Texas and India, and they get hit with the floods and just, like I told you guys, I say y'all got to count your blessings because you never know what may happen. There's so many people complaining about bullshit and things of that nature that, just need to be fixed and stuff. So I'm going to get on with the podcast. And thank you guys for tuning in right now. Like I said before, if you hear loud noise in the background, it's because, washing clothes or whatnot. It's been hot out here. Like, it feels like summertime and it's September and things of that nature. I kind of called it right, but not how the way the weather's been going lately. So, yeah. Other than that, let's get down with this podcast because after this, I'm going to take care of some other business and then, things could be straight. So, let's get to it. As soon as I pull up I just had Instagram up a few minutes ago. Alright, yeah, like I said, this is session 65. Week 65, sessions 311 to 315. So it's been ecstatic. This week been a cool week too. It's been a very, this week has been very cool and it's been hella interesting. I'll tell you guys the reason why for that in a minute. So let's get on with the podcast. So on August 28th, 2017, Blessed Monday. So the moment you walk in the gift that God has blessed you with, it's the moment He will have you bless the world with your gift. Meaning, the moment that you start really realizing and recognizing who you are and what God has you to do here on this earth, it's the moment that you will start to do your gift more. Meaning you will start to actually you start to walk in your purpose as to what it is that God has given you to do. But the way you will recognize that is that you just have this overwhelming joy, or you just start putting in the work for what it is that you want to accomplish, what you want to do. And then once you just continue to do that, I'm telling you, things become way better than what it is. So don't ever give up. Because if God gave you a gift to do, I'm going to tell you right now, go ahead and do that gift. Because at the end of the day, it truly is going to be a blessing. And when it does become a blessing, you're going to truly bless others with it. And I'm going to give you guys a good example. So you guys heard me, I think, last podcast, or if not, probably the video podcast, where I was saying that I'm coming out with a mixtape. Like, I love to do music, but most of you guys, and you guys heard me did it before a couple times on the podcast where I did like a little freestyle, rap in the background of music, whatever, or even did a little bit of singing and stuff like that. So what I've been doing lately is that, I said to myself, well, 29 years old, gonna be 30 later on this year. So why not, just put out a mixtape, whatever, because I used to do little freestyle type mixtape thingies like that way back in the day while I was younger. And I actually kind of got inspired to do that from listening to that tape I talked about a few weeks back, whatever, that I found at the house and just was laughing at it because I'm hearing myself freestyle way long time ago off of, beats that now I'll be like, heck no, I'm putting that out and whatever. And I'm looking at the stuff that I'm doing right now, I'm like, yo, and I'm actually listening to some of the freestyle stuff that I'm doing. I'm like, I actually know how to flow in a very unique way, almost like my pops. My biological father, that's just in a poetic way. My stepdad, who I call pops, who I call dad, period. He does his freestyle type of stuff in a way too. So I have my unique spin on how I do mine. So a couple of my tracks I actually went completely ballistic off. Meaning that while I was freestyling, it said some out of ordinary crazy stuff, but at the same time, the stuff wasn't crazy. It actually made sense. Because while I do like little raps and things of that nature, I actually go off the top of my head. I don't really write my stuff down. Only time I write my stuff down is like what I've been doing lately. It's where I use one of my little DJ programs I have on my phone, and I put the track up that I have, where I did the little freestyle rapping, whatever. And what I do is I slow down the recording so I can actually hear what I'm saying, and I write it down from that point of view, which makes it a whole lot easier. When I'm writing it down, I'm actually reading what I have put. And to be real, half the stuff that I've been talking about, when you guys hear it, y'all gonna be like, whoa. Because y'all gonna have to hear it a couple times. The reason why I say you got to hear it a couple times is because some of the stuff that I've been saying is real deep and it's dope. And at the same time, when you really do listen to it, you're like, hold up, let me go back and hear the message. When you hear the message, y'all can really be like, yo, we didn't know that Q could get down like this. It's like, yeah, I could. My Irish comes out a lot, though, when I try to pronunciate certain words. Like, I have to really hear myself, and I'm like, okay. I'm not mispronouncing this part of words. Just that part of my Irish is coming out when I'm actually doing this. So it's funny and crazy at the same time. But I love it because it's a different spin. And that's what fell down the damn trash bags. They fell down right behind the washing machine. I think. Did I move them? Nah, I think they fell up behind the washing machine. I'll get them later. I'm feeling getting them right now. I'll let the people know. But yeah, so other than that, I've been working on that. And what's gonna push it out this month? But I might actually push it out in October. So the other instrumental album that I was gonna actually put out, I might actually just push that towards. Next year or whatever, because I don't really want to rush a project. Like when it comes to me doing music, I take my time to do it. I don't like rushing things out. When you rush things out, it doesn't really come out the way you want it to come out. But with the mixtape, I would not mind putting that out instead. And then, let the folks know that the other instrument album will come out in 2018, even though I want the series I'm doing to end in 2018, because it lines up with the number 14. But it's cool. Wouldn't mind, and then the series in 2019. So, or even 2020, if I do need to make a extra chapter, But regardless of the fact, though, that's part of one of my gifts. I like to do poetry. I like to do cool things like that. So, just hearing myself doing what I'm doing right now, that's cool. And whatever gift it is that you have, that you guys want to do, go ahead and accomplish it. You only got one life to live. Don't live your life. Live somebody else's bullshit. Go ahead and do what you need to do. Period. And that's real. Let's continue, because I've been on a little rambling rant a little bit today. So, for Tuesday, on the Grind Tuesdays, August 29, 2017, I said, what are you running away from? Reason why I mentioned that, because one of the tracks I have on the instrumental album is called 13 Hour. The mixtape is actually called 13 Hour, the mixtape. And it's a little spin, because one of my songs explain what 13 hour actually means. But the reason I mentioned that, because one of the tracks I have on there is called 13 Hour Running Away. Sorry, y'all, that drinks water real quick. So I'm asking you guys, what are you running away from? Because there's different types of things of which we are running away from. But what are you truly running away from in life that got you shook? What are you running away from that has you say, you know what, I can't take this, or I can't do this anymore? What in life is making you running away from pursuing your goals and your dream? What is really making you run away? Think about that, because once you find out what it is that's making you running away from the things in life, then you would truly understand that life is so much more fun than what it is. Because wherever you're running away from, you just have to go ahead and face your fears. You cannot just let them get to you. And I only need to use Instagram to look at the posts. I got them on my website. But yeah, wherever you're running away from, I'll tell you guys right now, just face it. Face your fears, face whatever it is, and just knock it out. Because once you do that, you feel so much more better in life. Trust me. I'm letting you guys know right now, wherever you run away from, face it. Face it. Because if you don't, it's going to continue to chase you, wherever it may be. Alright, so let's continue. So on Motivational Wednesdays, August 30th, 2017, I said, when all else fails, just remember God's mercy and His blessings. The reason why I say that, and I kid you not, check this out. So most of you guys know that I had got my LLC around August 18th, whatever, right? A couple weeks ago. So on that following Wednesday, no, I take it back. So if I'm not mistaken, I think it was like Monday, no, either Sunday or Monday. Saturday, Sunday, or Monday. One of those days. Actually, it had to be, you know what, if I'm not mistaken, Saturday evening, like around midnight or something. Way late, because I was watching something. And I was getting ready to go to bed because I go to work in the morning. I took a look at my phone, whatever, about to turn it off and everything to check at the time. And my Chase account was like, you're negative $69. I'm like, negative what? I'm like, what the hell came out from my account? No, was it Monday? Or it was one of those days. So I'm thinking to myself, what had came out from my, you know what, it was Monday night going on Tuesday. So I'm looking like, what the hell came out of my account? And I'm like real hot because the money I was trying to save, I BS you not, try to use for something else this week that was very important. Because this past paycheck that I got from my job was complete BS. I know there are folks right now who don't have a job, don't have, not able to get a paycheck, whatever. I understand that. But when you make $14 an hour and you getting a $700 something paycheck for the second time inside of a month, it makes you really say what the hell is really going on, So that right there kind of had me like on real sour mode to where I had to really, I'll be real, I had to really balance out what I was doing. I had to stretch certain things like with the phone bill and, internet and other stuff. So I'm like, the flippity flap, just wanted to go completely off. So when I saw that negative $69 balance from Chase, I'm like, yeah, I kid you not. I had to really talk to God to keep myself from. Actually, I had laughed and went to sleep, but then the next save I really took a look, and it was from the Lego Zoom. I didn't know that they had took the little 1 year renewal thing, and I totally forgot about that. I was going to do that later on, but they had took that out from my account. And I'm like, in my spirit, I'm like, in my mind, because my spirit's like, dude, stop cursing. In my head, I'm like, man, F that, flippity flap flap, like mother F, like these mother F's done took the damn thing out. But another part of me is like, but you want to get your LLC, you want to make that established because of the things that you're about to go into. So you want to get that done as quickly as possible. I'm like, yeah, so it was like a double-edged sword. So I couldn't really say anything, on that. But after that happened, on Wednesday in the mail, I had got like the little binder that literally says Hip Rocker Productions, LLC. So I got the official stuff with official paperwork that I actually need to do this week before anything else. And I took a look at it and said, you know what, and despite me being in a negative balance, and this is the reason why for Wednesday I had said, when all else fails, just remember God's mercy and His blessings, or God's grace and His blessings. And the reason, because when you really do have a relationship with God, and like I always tell you guys, I'm not a perfect Christian. I'm way far from it. God knows I'm not perfect. I'll let Him know I'm not perfect. He knows I'm not perfect. I'll let anybody know who knows me, if they hear me talk about church or whatever, and my tongue could be very vulgar in the way to where I do a whole lot of cussing. I don't know why that is, but I will admit that, I'm human like everybody else. I have my flaws and I have my mistakes, period. I'm not perfect. I'm not a perfect Christian. You know, but when it does get down to Jesus Christ says and things of that nature, trust me, we go toe to toe. I'll let you know who God is, and I'm gonna tell you right now, God came through for me to not be on another negative balance this past week by His mercy and by His grace and things. Even me get my little bus pass, for the week and everything, because you got to save gas, and gas can kind of the prices is going up and down, so you're not quite sure what happens. So public transportation, get to your job on time. If it's much easier than doing traffic, hey, I'm gonna go with the public transportation. Leave the car chilling, over about the house and whatever, and just drive on the weekend. So, well, my days off, whatever. But other than that, just for the fact that God placed family and things things in your life for a reason. But God came through. I was talking to him about it, like, how I'm going to try to do this. I'm figure out different ways, like, do I need to sell my little Apple Watch or whatever? Like, I wouldn't mind doing that, cover up the balance, do what needs to be done. I've done it before with different game systems and things of that nature, So I'm an old school gamer, but there's certain games I will buy, hold on to, and if a certain situation like that happens, wouldn't mind sell the games, because already had beat it, go and get the cash, make sure that my bank account looks well, before anything else. Like I said, God came through, but at the same time, He will show me that I need to continue to stay humble, and that in any situation, put my trust in Him, not in man. Period. And I kid you not, when you really put your trust in God, things really do come together. It's a situation that happened with somebody that I know, whatever. Good friend of mine. She had a little thing that had happened on her end, with her power light bill, whatever. God came through on that. They had the cash and whatever. The company had kind of like messed up on whatever. Talk about we go cut the lights off, and came to realize that they got the other half of the stuff. It's like, okay, we'll keep it on. Like God came through. So, it's so it's funny when folks say God's not real, but you see God work in many ways and see God moving and things of that nature. So I'm just keeping it real with you guys. Always remember God. Always remember God's grace and His blessings, His mercies that He has given upon you. Because we could get so caught up in this world that we tend to forget what God has done for us. So whenever we tend to forget that, trust me, we lose focus of everything, and then we just focus on the issue and the problem. We're not realizing that God can easily fix that. And we just talk to Him. I talk to God on the daily. I'm not bragging about that. I'm being serious. Because it's a whole lot of stuff that God has shown me. And I'll be real. As a human, we can't do everything, man. We really cannot do everything. We try, but we can't. So you really got to put your trust in God in everything. And trust me, He will really fix any of your problems and your issues. You just got to really, really, really trust and believe that He will do it. And when He does, just continue to thank Him. I had to thank Him today and everything, because I was able to get my bus pass. Told Him thank you for that for the week. Because I'm like, am I going to be able to do the Tuesday podcast over at the beach? Because I'm going to figure out a way to do that, By God's grace, came through. I was able to get my bus pass. I'm not quite sure if T-Mobile will try to take that $35 out that I paid a little bit early, because I have to split the payment of the phone bill, because I'll pay the phone bill later, rest of the phone bill later on this week. I know the new iPhone 8 will be coming out in a couple weeks, whatever. Well, the keynote, then the phone. So I'm like, I want to trade this in, or like, nah, I'm probably just going to wait, keep my 7, pay the phone off like I always do, and then I'll go ahead and get the 8 once they have more supplies in. And this time I think I might. Well, if Apple shows what's really cracking with the iPhone 8, then I might actually get it. Because I use, like you guys know, I'm a music producer, so I use my iPhone literally, like the track I talk about, 13-Hour Runaway, I literally made it off my iPad Pro. And another track I'm about to have on my album, I made off my iPhone. Off this beat program called iMachine by a company called Native Instruments, which they make the dopest musical loops and things and sounds of that nature and presets. I mean, they pretty dope. They, they're not expensive. They are very reasonable price, because they are an investment. Especially when you're making music, you can easily make the money back from that. So I make, just like I do these podcasts. I do these podcasts off of my iPhone. I've been doing these podcasts off of my Shoot, I've been doing a little podcast and a little radio show stuff since off my iPhone 5. And I've been doing the podcast since off my iPhone 6 and 6S and now with the 7. So if the 8 does woo me, then I'm going to get the iPhone 8 and be using it for a bigger platform and things of that nature. That's what I do. I get these cell phones. I don't just get them just to get them. I get them for many other reasons because they actually like my business tools. They are a blessing and they are a curse. They are cursed for other reasons, but I ain't going to mention them. Let's continue. So August 31st, 2017, Day Tips Thursdays. I said, complain less. If the dang post will pop back up, complain less, be grateful more. And I know we're about to be running out of time, which is cool, so I'm going to go ahead and try to go through these last two posts real quick. Reason why I say complain less, be grateful more, it's like I said before earlier. You had a Hurricane Harvey hit Houston and other places of Texas, devastated different areas. Floods and things of that nature. I'm not quite sure if it's still raining. Hopefully it isn't. And hopefully the rain starts to subside. But you guys know that they have a recovery process that they need to do. Once those folks go right back to homes that's not there anymore. You have to rebuild and other stuff. And, you know, it's sad. The folks out in Indonesia or India or wherever other country that got hit with the monsoon. But they have floods out there too. And a whole lot of people died out there. It's like they got to rebuild from the ground for that part too. So, right here in America, you know, and things of that nature. Hold on for a second, y'all. Sorry about that. Y'all have to pause the podcast. Puppies are barking again. I don't know what the heck that's barking at. Got me. Told you I'm not a perfect Christian. Had me come out my element what I was talking about real quick. Forgive me, Lord, for the words I had said to the dogs. But as I was saying, complain less, be grateful more. Because when you complain less and be very grateful for what you have, I'm telling you, life gets truly more better in business and everything else. The moment you keep complaining, and like you guys hear me say before so many times, I can't wait till I get up from this job that I'm at. There's so much complaining, so much negativity, things that be happening back and forth, that it gets very agitating to the point it rubs on you, to the point where you got to check yourself, and God will check you, and the Holy Spirit will check you too, and be like, yo, you need to stop acting like everybody else. And then you looking like, whoa, you absolutely right. You need to stop acting like everybody else, you know, despite what's going on over here. So I'm going to tell you guys right now, if y'all around complainers, get away from them. Get around folks that truly are grateful for life. May have little issues here and there, but at the end of the day, they know how to overcome those issues, because at the end of the day, life goes on and things get better. Always remember that. And so for today's post on September 1st, 2017, Boss Status Fridays, for all my bosses out there, all my wolves out there, I said, remember, you can't continue what you didn't accomplish last month this month. So continue to work on whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish. Meaning, if you set a big goal last month and that goal didn't happen, but part of it didn't happen because other things came into the way, but you still have time to accomplish that goal for the month of September, I would say continue the work that you didn't finish last month in August and trickle that for this month. If you don't get a chance to finish it this month, hell, finish it in October. You don't get a chance to finish October, finish in November. You don't get a chance to finish in November, finish in December. Don't get a chance to finish it in December. By all means, get it cracking like 1987 in 2018. Regardless of the fact, though, wherever it is that you guys did accomplish in August, do it this month. Go hard this month. Go all in this month. Take care of you need to take care of this month. Get done this month like a mother cracker, and just get it done. Just do it. Just knock out wherever you have to knock out and accomplish wherever you have to accomplish. You go shut down the laptop because the fan going off again on this MacBook. But yeah, accomplish wherever you have to accomplish and just make it happen. You're going to feel so much greater when you do that. And once you do, trust me, it's going to be a blessing. There were some major big things I was trying to do in the month of August. And the funny thing is, most of the stuff didn't pop off. But I'm going to tell you guys right now, even though most of the big stuff didn't pop off, is good. Because here's the reason why. Other opportunities came up. And other things that really will set up what I'm trying to do and stuff like that. Even with other people truly fits in the balance. So it comes out perfectly to how it's going to work out. I'm not even worried about it. I'm just like excited to what's going to be happening next in the future, whatever. So it's like, yo, where was we having the month of September going to be on the crack at like 1987? The thing is, and what you guys have to view and see is that you cannot feel down if you did not accomplish something 1 month before. You have to remember, certain things take time, and I had to learn that for the longest. Why certain things wasn't popping off, but it's cool. And you know what? I'm glad I said that, because it comes back to the watches, and it comes back to the word time. Once you really understand the time frame of certain things, then guess what? You will truly start to see that certain projects, I'll be honest, because, you have things called fast starts where you try to work as quickly as you can and whatever. And you know what? Fast starts is cool for certain businesses and things of that nature. But I'm going to be real with you guys. There are certain times where fast starts are not that great. And part of the reason is because certain projects that you do not want to rush them. You want to make sure that you truly understand what it is that you're doing. Because once you truly understand what it is that you are doing, then you would truly learn how to focus more better as opposed to be on crunch time. Now, some folks can be on crunch time with certain things. Like I'll be honest, I could be crunch time when try to do some music and set something up and just be like, bam, done. But at the same time, I will go right back to it to see what is the little things that I did not finish accomplishing. So you have to understand that. Even with the LLC, I could have rushed that way long time ago, back in 2010, if I knew about legal, similar things of that nature and how much it all costs. But the blessing of not doing that and not, trying to get away back in the day like that, because I had to understand. So through time and whatever, when I had got the LLC, trust me, things became much more better, way much more proficient to where it is now. And it's such a blessing. So my thing to you guys is this. You have to really understand from a bigger point of view that in life, you cannot rush certain things. You have to continue to accomplish what it is you need to accomplish. You have to continue to learn, continue to grow. Because once you continue to grow and learn in different businesses and avenues and things of that nature, then, you'll be able to move at a faster pace that you was normally to do. I'll be real. You take a look at folks like Gary Vee and things of that nature, who can do like damn near 20 you got kids next door, whatever. You can take a look at somebody like Gary Vee who could do 20 meetings or whatever more in a day. Just crush it. And just get things done. Or like E.T. the hip hop preacher. Go to one place, do one place, and then go back to the college and, take care of business. I mean, take a look at folks like that. But they had to master their art. They had to master the craft. They didn't just wake up one moment and say, oh, we're going to go do it. Nah, they had to master it. So it took time. So you have time to accomplish what it is that you want to accomplish. Just make sure you don't procrastinate too much. You don't waste time. But always take time towards yourself to regroup yourself and to breathe. But at the same time, do understand that you can knock out whatever you want to knock out. Just make it happen. So with that, I thank you guys for tuning into this podcast. This will be posted up on Tuesday, September 5th or whatever. So right after Federal Day, so yeah, September 5th. Right while I do the the beach podcast and everything, this will be up on there. Well, it's probably going to be up on YouTube in a few minutes since I finished uploading this. So yeah. Thank you guys for tuning into week 65, sessions 311 to 315 of the hashtag Business Mind Leaders on September 1st, 2017. It's really always a blessing to talk with you guys. Check out my website at hiprockerproductionstm.com. That is hiprockerproductionstm.com, where I have today's post and the rest of this week's post up on there. So with that, one love to you guys. Catch you guys on Tuesday for the video podcast. And at the same time, you guys have such a great evening. Enjoy the rest of your week. You're watching Chiller Q, also known as Q More of hiprockerproductionstm.com. and everything else, say peace, one love, sayonara. I'm out. Deuces.